homegrowns are next. The homegrowns. You got to build about 5 more places.
Yeah, that's big.
All right? It's not big enough.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. So this is a much different office.
If Trump is implementing martial law, how will that affect gun rights? If you care about gun rights, you're going to want to hear this answer. But first, what is martial law? Military government involving the suspension of ordinary law. Martial law can continue for a specified amount of time or indefinitely. It removes habeas corpus, which is the right to a speedy trial in a jury of your peers. In fact, the only government you would have would be the military, and you would have military trials and military consequences. Just to be clear, all of this is a Second Amendment sanctuary zone, and you guys should know the Constitution comes before all government and its entities. Martial law, including all of it, holds a unique position that's designated to function within the realm of the Constitution and provides the legal backbone for military justice. Yet the question arises, does it supersede the Constitution? The simple answer is no. The Founding Fathers made it explicitly clear that our rights are not to be messed with by the government. That's the point of the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence. These rights are inalienable and cannot be taken from man. All human beings are made equal through the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment is just a human saying, hey, I'm going to protect my life, my liberty, what I own, my family, and my community, however I see fit. All gun laws are unconstitutional, and martial law declared by any president that would come after your gun rights is unconstitutional, and you should not listen. But here's the most important part about this video. This is all speculation. There is no proof Trump plans to have any kind of martial law.
All right, shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to my elders, my apostles of great millstone, which are the men that rule well, the men that taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations as always be to the elect. Okay? And the title will be More and More Troubles. Now, with the recent news, really it's not even all over social media. But then again, Salakia, I misspoke. It's not all over the news, but it's all over social media. The story now is getting popular with, and I don't know how true these things are, just because Esau is a master liar. Esau has lost his touch, though, but this guy, Kilmar, I forgot his last name. Basically, though, he's a Northern Kingdom Israelite, Salvadorian, I believe, and he got deported, while being a U.S. citizen, and he's being wrongfully detained, and all this information's coming out. You got a lot of people that are just on social media saying, oh, he had no criminal history, but they thought he was a criminal, and the Supreme Court did this and ordered him back, and El Salvador doesn't want to send him back. Some people speculating he died. And now, though, like you're going to see in the post-production, Lord's will, I can find the clips the video clips of Trump saying this now. Trump talking about he wants to get rid of the homegrowns, meaning, the Israelites because really this is all aimed at the tribes, because this ain't happening to Polish immigrants. This ain't happening to Russian immigrants. This is happening to Israelites that are so-called immigrants. And I say so-called because, this land, first off, this is the land, this was like Gad's, the Northern Kingdom's land. Okay, Esau came, took it over. Okay, the Heavenly Father allowed him to because, hey, Job 9:24. And it's okay. He's supposed to have that control over it, but it just goes to show how unrighteous he is. These type of issues aren't happening. Let me tell you something, man. Ain't no Polish, ain't no European immigrants, all right, having visa issues. All right, the only people having visa issues are you Israelites, man. You Northern Kingdom Jakes. Only you guys are being persecuted. I don't see no videos of ICE coming to the doorsteps of an immigrant from Poland whose visa is expired. It's only Israelites. It's all Israelites, and rightfully so, because this persecution is happening to you because more than likely you're a wicked Israelite. All right, but nonetheless, more and more troubles, man. I already made a video on this, man. Hey, Trump is showing how much he can really get away with, man. He's bringing back that Edomite spirit, man, and things like that. So he's seeing how much he can get away with. The all those Edomites, they're all seeing how much they can get away with right now. Okay, and regardless of what happens, regardless of what you people think, see, because you people think that the government is cool. They think that they're for the people. You think that we live in a democracy, but we don't. Okay, you're gonna see soon that the type of persecution that Northern Kingdom is facing, for one, it's going to get worse, and two, it's going to be on everybody. All the United States citizens will face similar judgments, because he's the guy they're trying to bring back. He's allegedly dead, allegedly. Right now he is, or not right now, because we don't know what really is going on. But according to the sources, all right, according to those sources and the people that made the articles and things like that, he was sent to a prison. They're being sent to a prison camp. All the immigrants are being sent to a prison camp as soon as they land in El Salvador, man. All right, which is if you know our history, man, whenever things happen to us as a nation, all right, or as a nation of Israel, because really we had the split first, but whenever things happen to us as a people, it always begins with the Northern Kingdom, and then Judah soon after gets the judgment. So the way they're being treated right now, being sent to prison camps, soon that's going to happen to a lot of Israelites. And it is going to be Judah too, man. It ain't going to just be Issachar and Zebulon. All right, right now really the trouble's on Issachar and Zebulon and Northern Kingdom in general. A lot of them are facing issues with visas. A lot of them visas getting revoked. Now they're not getting 6 months. Used to be like a visiting visa was like 6 months. Now it's like 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Things are getting tighter to get into the country, specifically for Israelites. But nonetheless, let me get out some scriptures, because at the end of the day, this is prophecy. This isn't something that's going to go away. You see, this is something that's going to worsen. You think the story of Kilmer is bad. Hey, just know, even his name alone is just odd to me. This story seems odd, but it seems fishy to me. But everything Esau does seem skeptical to me. I have to take it with a grain of salt, okay? But hey, this is prophecy, and these things are not going to let up, man. It's just going to get worse out here. Revelation 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, if you don't know already, that word dragon, it goes back to Dracon, all right? Right, when you go into what Dracon is, I'm going to get it, though. I don't want to just say it, but this is America, man. America is that draconian measure, man. That's what it is. When you go into Dracon, it goes into draconian, all right, or pertaining to Draco, the ancient Greek statesman, 1777, in reference to laws rigorous, extremely severe, or harsh. So this lamb, all right, America, okay, he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. This place is because it's speaking of America. It's speaking as a dragon. All right, it's that rough, rigorous law. Okay. The elder Yashua touched on it as well. A few other elders is touching on it as well, man. That soon it's going to be harsher laws, harsher punishment for laws. Once everybody's talking about the martial law, like the clips I'm gonna put in the post-productions, which is warlike law, and specifically talking about America, when martial law is actually implemented here fully, all right, pretty much you won't have rights. There won't be no due process, all right? There won't be, oh, you're charged with this. This is your sentence. You're found guilty. No, it's just gonna be a shoot on sight, man. They want to act up, blow their head off. That's what it's gonna be. That's that draconian measure, that draconian law. Okay? It's going to be man. That's why the scriptures say it's going to be as a time as never was, because that trouble, man. Man, we got to prepare, man, because you hear about the rough stuff that happens in history, and a lot of bad things have happened to us in history, and this is supposed to be worse. I mean, shit, man. A part of our history was our people eating each other. And this is supposed to top that. It's supposed to be a time that is so bad that there's never going to be another like it. And you Israelites that ain't right. You think it's a joke. It's going to be a joke until it's on your front doorstep, man. Until the Lord's judgment really comes forth and you get touched. Until then, they're going to know, right? But us, man, we believe the things that the Lord have told us, man. All right? Us as a nation, we've seen tough times, but this is supposed to be worse than ever. You know? We got to prepare, man. We have to prepare. You see, Esau, that's the thing. In times past, hey, man, Esau is a different breed, man. Esau is all about evil. He was created to be the sword of the Lord. So that's the man that has power over us right now. But us, Lord's will, would be a part of the elect, us hopeful elect, man, that standard is going to be lifted for us. The Lord's going to intervene. Okay? That the evil is coming, man. We got to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. 2 Esdras 15 and 14, because that time is coming. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what you see happening today all over the world, but specifically talking about here in America. The violence is on another level, man. There's a city right here in Virginia where it never had real crime. It never had, real, not even petty crime was done in the city. Now there's young men shooting each other, killing each other. That's the world we're heading into, where everywhere, even the places, small, it's a small town, it's a small city, even there's gun violence now. It's a part of the state where a lot of people go to retire and things like that. It's still there's crime there now. We living in different times, man. It says and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is the gun, man. Hey, that's the time we heading into where people will be fighting, people will be killing each other. Okay. And it's only going to worsen especially once the economy worsens. Because once you have nothing to lose, you lose it, right? Once people have nothing to lose, they lose it. Once you don't got no job, you ain't got nothing. All you got left is your guns and your knives. Hey, people are going to hit the streets and get something to eat, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, which a sedition is a civil uprising. So men are going to be uprising, right, among men. So a civil uprising among men. And invading one another. What do you do when you invade something? You take it over by force. All right? You slaughter the people who are in your path. That's what's coming. You don't think eventually Esau is going to push people to the brink to where they're going to have to just pop off and say, F this. And they're going to fight against Esau's measures, man. There's going to be people fighting. Hey, there's going to be former military fighting current military. Former law enforcement fighting against the current law enforcement that might come down and lock down a town. Those are the types of things that are coming. You see, it's going to be a time as never was, man. Okay? It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. This is martial law. This is a martial law scripture right here. All right? It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, meaning that whoever's in authority, they're not gonna think twice. They don't give a shit. The economy is going to shit right now, right? Inflation, we're already suffering from inflation. It's just not hyperinflation yet. Once that hyperinflation hits, or just enough inflation to cause people to lose their jobs and be fucked up out here, part of my language, but it's true. That's the best way to say it. Once people's messed up out here, what are they gonna do? You think that the average Joe that knows that the rich pay less taxes than him and he ain't got shit to lose, he got to feed his kids, you think he gonna listen to a cop telling him to get in his house? He gonna blow his head off. He don't give a shit. You think he gonna listen to, and don't let it be ex-military, all right, with a firearm that's actually seen combat, and then you got reserve out here trying to tell him what to do. He gonna knock your head off your shoulders, man. That's the thing. Those are the type of times that we coming into. We coming into them times where people ain't gonna give a shit anymore. They're not gonna care. For what? Well, why should they? Esau's done nothing but push everybody around, take their money, take from the poor, and not take from the rich, and help each other out, help the rich buddies out. They helped out their rich buddies. You don't think that these people, the townspeople, are gonna take over and kidnap their mayor and hang him by the feet, torture them? Of course. Those are the types of times that we heading into. People aren't going to give it. They're going to say, F your authority. What are you going to do? Everything's gone to shit. That's the type of times that's coming. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning they're going to do whatever they want to do. Okay? They don't give a shit, bro. All right? Hey, I live in a state where It's a blue state. The northern part sways it to a blue state, but it's really a lot of red here, man. A lot of Bible thumping Edomites, Bible Belt Edomites live in this state, man. You don't think that these these average Joes, and I know these things because I work with these types of guys. These dudes, a lot of these men are ex-military with tons of firepower. They're gonna stand up and fight. They're gonna lose because America's military is obviously greater than the average Joe Schmo with his AR, but that's the type of violence that we're gonna head into. These Edomites talk about this shit on the job site, man, all the time. Talk about they gonna fight if some shit goes down. All right, not to say that they should be fighting. Hey, what I'm saying is prophecy's happening, and prophecy will happen. Okay. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's that I Am Legend, man, where they got blockades and shit. You ain't gonna be able to go into DC. You ain't gonna be able to come out if you're already in it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Those are the times we heading into. Okay. It says for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right, man. You don't think when that warfare is going to hit the American soil, man, the people going to be fighting against each other. The Lord said he will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. We just try not to get caught in the crossfire, man. The Lord's going to be with us. But that's the things that we're going to see, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, verse 19, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, it says for the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, how does this tie into what I opened up with? Well, once Trump starts to really bring the hammer down, because it looks like he's being that cruel Lord in cruel king in Isaiah 19. Once he starts to bring in those measures, he's going to realize, I can do whatever the hell I want, and he can do. People are already talking about on the 20th, which is in a few, what is that? What's today? 15th, a few days. They say, I don't know if anything's actually gonna happen, but they saying on the 20th he's gonna declare martial law and lock up this whole shit so he can remain president. Hey, who knows? If he does, though, may it happen. Hey, the sooner we get to the kingdom, the better, man. Whatever gets us to the kingdom the fastest, right? But hey, evil is coming, man. Evil is coming. Let me get this real quick and end it off. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? Hey, Esau is coming, man. The devil. That's Esau for you. All right, that's who that's talking about. He's coming down with great wrath because he knows that he hath but a short time. He knows he doesn't have all the time in the world, so he's gonna try to lock this shit up. All right, he's going to try to kill as many Israelites as he can, okay? And, hey, man, he going to do what it do. Matter of fact, I remembered, I got this, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and 70, because it said up here, it said he's going to have great wrath because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, right? It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, right? The Lord is telling us that Esau is going to come after us. Because who are those that fear the Lord? That's the Israelites. Okay? It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none. That's what Revelation 12:12 is talking about. Okay? But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Right? So that's what Esau is going to be doing, man. He's going to be killing Israelites. Just like in ancient Egypt. Ain't no difference. All right? How we were under persecution of them, and they put the... They suffered more tasks upon us. They made our burdens more heavy, right? They made our burdens heavier than they needed to be. And in the end, obviously, we didn't get spoiled by them. We spoiled them. But hey, Esau, man, his plan is to spoil us, man, to try to kill us. But what? It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire, because the elect will be delivered. Isaiah 59 and 19. All right, what does it say? Okay, Isaiah 59 and 19. It says that the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Okay, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, then the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard. That's what's going to happen, man. All right, the Heavenly Father will lift up a standard and deliver the elect. Lord's will be a part of that number. But hey, man, more and more trouble. That's what's coming. It's prophecy. Yes, I know we sound like a broken record because we talk about the same thing every time. But guess what? This is the new song, and this is the song that we singing, and this is the current events and what's happening right now. Ain't nothing else that we should be talking about. All right, we don't need to be talking about how the nigga woman is wearing purple hair and purple wigs and how Esau is touching little boys. We already know that. All right, what's in the news? Let's speak about the news. What's currently happening? All right, we know little Timmy wants to be a girl, but he was born a boy. We know that already. We're going to talk about the prophecies, man. All right, so that's all I wanted to bring out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Chak Wadash, honors to my elders, my apostles, great millstone, which are the men that rule well and taught us his truth.